Hey, what's up, Form? It's a pimp named Slickback, and if you don't know who that is, it's a character off the TV show The Boondocks. The guy who plays the voice of a pimp named Slickback is Cat Williams. He's one of my favorite stand-up comedians. I love his skit where he's using the Rick Ross song "Every Day I'm Hustling," and he's doing like mundane, everyday things, and he's playing that song in the background. So he's like grocery shopping, and he's got that music playing where he's buying groceries, and like he's working a late night shift at McDonald's. He's sitting there frying French fries. Oh, I love Cat Williams. Dude's funny. And speaking of French fries, have you guys heard in Iowa at the state fair they are serving fried butter? Full sticks of butter. They're putting a stick through that long stick of butter. They're sticking it in the deep fryer. And I think they're putting some type of cake batter or cupcake batter around it and serving it to people with icing. The butter itself is already 400 calories and 45 grams of fat. That's before they stick it in a deep fryer. Why in the world would anybody want to eat that? I get lucky right there. I don't know why I didn't die. It doesn't matter though, because run in there and get triple sprayed down. But why in the world would anybody want to eat a fried stick of butter? That just sounds disgusting. I mean, like I remember when they were doing stuff like frying Oreos. And I thought to myself, I would give it a try once just to say I had it. But I would never want to try a full stick of butter. That just sounds disgusting. The stuff that people will eat, man, it's gross. I don't know. It's just weird. Playing some Modern Warfare 2 TDM on the map Vacant. If for some reason you didn't know what game I'm playing or the map that I'm on, now you know. And normally, when I play TDM, I don't really have any strategy that I like to employ. I don't have any call-outs, or there's no like location that I like to run to normally and hold that. I just pick up a gun, run around, try to get as many kills as I can, and hopefully win. I guess if I did have tips for this map, or at least not for this map, but for this game, whenever I'm playing Modern Warfare 2 solo, I try to use suppressed SMGs a lot, and that's something I recently started to do. When I first played Modern Warfare 2, at least before Black Ops was released, I used a lot of assault rifles like the FAMAS, the ACR, the TAR, and I try to pick people off at long range and at a distance. But recently I switched over to SMGs, especially like the MP5K, the P90, the Vector, and found they work really well. And I got a lot more success if I use suppressed SMGs. And the reason I get a lot more success if I have a silenced SMG is, one, I'm not going to have a lot of long-range gunfights, so I don't have to worry about the negative effects of a suppressor. I don't have to worry about damage fall-off. And also I try to flank around enemy lines. I try to, take them out from behind, kill people without them even knowing I'm there. A lot easier to do that if I'm not popping up on the UAV every time I fire my gun. So yeah, that works really well. What else? I try to distance myself from my teammates, which might seem kind of counterintuitive in a team-based game like this. You want your teammates covering your flanks and covering your sides. I just found that, if you're around your team, the enemy team is not going to be spawning near your location. And also, even if you're using a suppressor, all your teammates probably are not. And every time they fire the gun, they're going to pop up on the HUD, and the enemy is going to get a general idea of where you're located. And finally, this is something that I like to do, even if I'm playing domination, free-for-all, whatever. It can work anywhere. I try to limit the lines of sights that the enemy can use against me. And I don't move right here because I thought that photo copying machine would protect me, but I don't know if it blew up or the damage just seeps through. I don't know why I didn't move. But yeah, no, I try to limit the lines of sights that the enemy can use against me. And what I mean by that is I try to avoid running through hotspots, running through the center of the map, running through wide open areas. I try to stick to the perimeter of the map. Because if you're running through the center, you've got a lot more angles that you have to cover, you front, back, behind, left, right. A lot harder to do that. I find it easier to stick to the perimeter of a map, just so it's much more difficult for the enemy to flank you, and you have a lot less that you have to worry about in terms of protecting your flanks and stuff like that. I find I have a lot of success when I do that, but in this specific game, I'm not doing any of those things. I'm not really working the perimeter, racking up kills, and I'm using an unsilenced assault rifle. And to be fair, it's kind of hard to work the perimeter of this map because it's broken up into two halves. Normally I'll just get an SMG with a shotgun secondary and maybe akimbo machine pistols. I'll run in there and just try to spray everybody down and follow the spawn as it moves around the map. But if you're looking at the counter for this game, we're losing most of the time. Almost the entire way through this game we're losing. So I wanted to take advantage of map control, take advantage of the spawn system for this map. If you don't know, this there's really only two major spawn points. There's the C flag location, or the inside of the building, and the outside. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to want to hold the outside. Better routes, there's better maneuverability, better lines of sight. You can set up a lot more effectively. This is really a one-sided map. And I knew if I rushed in there, tried to kill everybody and flip spawn, we were going to lose. We were losing with the better side of the map. So I knew it wasn't really the best decision to run in there and kill everybody. Normally that's how I like to play, but in order to win, I just knew that wasn't going to work out very well. So yeah, I try to stick to the kind of just entering the building just partially and keeping the enemy team pinned back. And map control is important, not just in TDM. In fact, map control isn't normally a very big deal whenever you play TDM because the spawns are always moving around. It's just easier to do that on a map like this. But things like domination, you'll hold 2 flags and keep an enemy's locked back in a location, or headquarters. After you capture the headquarters, you'll try to cover all the different routes the enemy will use to try to destroy your headquarters, stuff along those lines. But yeah, no, that's taking advantage of map control to win this game of TDM. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know if anyone's tried some fried butter. It sounds disgusting. Take it easy, guys.